Well, hello everybody, Rechief here, and welcome back to yet another exciting episode of Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations in Miles Edgeworth Prosecutor's Path episodes 1 through 5 beta. When we last left off, there were a lot of people that we wanted to talk to. This time, we're gonna talk to them. Let's start with this scruffy looking guy down here. Or this map. It appears to be a map of the area around the Grand Tower. Let's take a look. Ooh. Oh. Do I even have any logic right now? One. This is the Grand Tower. It's where we are right now. It's a nice building, but I can't say I'm a fan. I can't blame her. It wouldn't be strange if she never wanted to set foot in the tower again. But Mr. Edgeworth, once we discover the truth and completely solve the case, can we come here again just to sightsee? And we can bring Gummy along with us too. Never letting the past hold you back, and always looking forward. That's just like you. Oh, that was unexpectedly, wholesome. Unfortunately, Kay, we aren't quite finished here yet. There's still much left to solve. It's too early to be making plans for the future. I guess so. Well then, let's hurry and solve it. What else we got? Let's just look at the two things that have sketches. The Sunshine Coliseum. It's a place where all sorts of special events are held. I've always wanted to go to the World Thief Expo, but it was cancelled this year. I heard it's a huge event where all the greatest thieves from around the world gather. But last year, everyone who went got arrested. Turns out it was just a trap set up by the police to catch the thieves. And even knowing that, you still want to go. Alright, what about the Dawn Waste Center? It seems the harbor and the waste center are quite close to each other. Maybe that's where they dispose of all the garbage that comes floating in from the ocean. Perhaps they do, but I'm sure they also deal with other types of waste as well. Other types of waste? Ah, you don't mean shells and fish bones, do you? You can't just throw away the fish and shells you catch from the sea like garbage. You ought to recycle them, make them into jewelry and stuff. Kay, let's talk about this matter some other time. Kay doesn't understand how fish works. Okay, will this just be the same? Yeah, well, I thought so, but you never know. Earl Bright City Hall. Okay, nothing. I feel as though this is like the most complete map of like Ace Attorney's California that we've ever seen. It's kind of interesting. How about Rising Sun Park? I never really cared much for that sort of thing. I heard that ultraviolet rays from the sun can cause burn marks on your skin. Okay, what in the world are you talking about? Come on! I'm talking about the Rising Sun Park, of course. I'd like to bask in that sentiment while I watch the sunrise in the park. Ooh, another waste management. Dusk Waste Management. Do they help you manage your wasteful spending? No, this is where the garbage trucks bring all the combustible waste they've collected. By the way, Kay, why are you so fidgety? It's nothing. More importantly, there's another waste center on the top right corner of the map. Since they're separate facilities, they probably handle different kinds of waste. Although there does seem to be a lot of waste management facilities around here. Oh, I think I know why. I bet they're always collecting garbage from dusk till dawn. Were you so fidgety because you were waiting for a chance to say that? Okay. Well, guess I gotta come back to this map a little later. What's up, buddy? Ah! Okay, we good? I think we're good. Hey! It's this guy!
Long time no see, Mr. Edgeworth.
You're... This is Will Powers. He's an action star I met in a previous case. He also played the role of the Steel Samurai warrior of Neo El Tokyo. It's been a long time. Pleased to meet you. I'm Kay Faraday, a great thief. Some stuff has happened, so now Mr. Edgeworth is my assistant.
Nice to meet you, but a thief? And Mr. Edgeworth is your assistant.
Please pay it no heed. More importantly, I'd like to ask you some questions about the case.
Okay. I don't know if I'll be much help, though.
He's an actor who has been working with John. It may be a bit sudden, but let's hear what he has to say. Good old Will Powers.
I had heard that you were handling the investigation for this case, but...
Well, that's... I'm not the prosecutor in charge, though.
But if you're the assistant, then does this mean that Kay's in charge?
No, this is just a simple You've got a good eye on you. You're completely right. She jumped at the chance. Since I'm in charge here, I'd like you to answer a few questions post-haste, and please be frank. Did anything happen to catch your eye? Ergo, didn't you notice anything? Who is she trying to imitate?
Be frank, well, I feel sorry for the victim, but I can't help but worry about what'll happen with the filming from now on.
No, that's only natural. Still, I would think that filming would be difficult now.
I knew it. This is bad. We could only use this location for a little while longer, too.
Is the filming almost complete, then?
No, but construction will begin here soon, so we won't be able to film here anymore. We're only using this vacant lot till construction begins.
So the rest of the movie will be filmed at Global Studios.
Things aren't looking so good. There's even some people spreading bad rumors.
Bad rumors?
Lately, a journalist has been coming by repeatedly saying, "This film lot's hiding a real monster, I reckon. There ain't no use hiding it," and stuff like that.
I have a feeling I know who you're talking about.
Yes, it was that photographer from before.
You're not actually hiding a real monster, are you?
Of course not. If there really was one, I'd be out of a job.
It seems they are putting a lot of work into this movie.
That's because this is our first attempt at making a sequel to an old classic. Global Studios is pouring their heart and soul into this one.
I wish they'd put that much effort into making a new Steel Samurai series. What role are you playing this time, Mr. Powers?
I'm playing the mighty Muzilla.
Wow, you're the main character?
Well, much obliged. I'm wearing a full body costume again, so my face won't be seen this time either.
I see. That costume sure is cool, though. I want to try wearing it, too. I know. How about next time you let me get in the costume? Maybe just the horn part.
That's not really possible. You can't get inside the horns.
Well, I guess that makes sense. I'm not in the Screen Actors Guild, after all. I don't think that's what he means. Oh, fuck. Whoops. Went one too far down. Now we gotta listen to this man talk about stuff until he's done, and then we can keep going. Okay, dang, that took... I had to riff for a little while longer than I thought I was gonna have to. There. I would like to ask you some questions about John.
About John? I heard about it from the girl on staff. How he suddenly vanished from right in front of you guys. That's just like him.
Does he do that a lot?
I'd say so. During filming breaks, if you even took your eyes off him for a moment, he'd be gone.
Do you have any idea as to where he might have gone?
I don't know, but I ran into him as he was leaving the film lot.
What? Really? Where did John go?
I saw him get in the trailer, but when I was checking the equipment, he was gone again.
The trailer? There might still be some traces of him left behind. Mr. Powers, could you show us the trailer?
Sure thing. It's a bit of a mess right now, though.
Let's take him up on his offer and examine the inside of the trailer. How? Is the trailer just like here? Well, guess I'll come back to him later. What's going on, taxi man? Hey buddy, what's wrong? Your face looks so serious. Have you picked up any passengers here today? Oh, I sure did, but it was only one group. What did they look like? It was a pair of men. They were both wearing black. I can't believe that I'm getting this into the voice of a taxi driver who we're never going to speak to again. I guess that's fine. Did you happen to see a small boy with them? Here's a picture of him. Oh, well, that's gay. Oh, boy. Here's a picture of him. Nope. It was just the two guys. I understand. Thank you for your cooperation. I was hoping he would have some more information for us, but I guess not. Hey, wait, were you just gonna ask me about getting a ride? Come back. You gotta pay me for the information. Okay. Thank you for your hard work, Prosecutor Edgeworth. I'm not a prosecutor at the moment, but I'll keep quiet about that for now. Thank you. What are you doing here? Sir, I'm on guard duty. Then, could you tell me about the cars that have passed through here today? The only ones that came through were that taxi and the blue truck. So, two different vehicles came through this place. This is valuable information. Okay. I wonder if we're supposed to connect, like, if the, two men got, like, arrived in one car and then left in the truck, and that's the connection we're supposed to make? Let's find out. Nope. The pieces don't fit together quite right. I need to reconsider blah blah blah. Okay, let's get out of there for now. What's happening with this thingy? Hey, John! Guess he's not here. This basket looked pretty suspicious to me, but it certainly does. Huh? What's wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Why are you touching the truck? The truck's body is cold to the touch. It seems to have been parked here for some time. You can figure all that out just by touching it? Considering the length of time it's been parked here, the driver must not be nearby. I suppose we won't be able to ask them any questions until they return. Blue truck data jotted down in my organizer. Okay. What about this gate? Nope. What about the Grand Tower? No. What about this hole in the wall? No. Okay, let's look at this van. About John's seat.
Ah, it's over there where the backpack is sitting.
Oh, that's the trailer. I thought it was just a van. Something sticking out of the bag. This is a tape.
Ah, it's a tape for filming. Why does John have one?
Did he film something? This might be a clue. Is there any way to check its contents?
Well, not in the year 2018. We don't use VHSs anymore. Oh well.
Actually, he says,
we have a monitor to look over the footage that was filmed. We can use that. Now then, let's see what's on the tape.
Wow. This looks like when John was practicing. Oh, interesting. The footprint is already there. John was practicing by himself. The monster's footprints can be seen as well, so this must have been recorded last night.
He does that sometimes. When he's not happy with his performance, he'll sneak onto the set for practice by himself.
Wow, he really is hardworking.
He sure is. Although he's young, he's a real pro. He never rests until he's satisfied. Then again, I can't say that I approve of him using the equipment without asking.
John is able to operate the equipment all by himself.
More or less if it's just basic filming.
Huh?
What's wrong?
What's wrong? That's the right voice. Oh. Why isn't John on the screen anymore? I think he ran off somewhere just a few seconds before this. Did he go somewhere while the camera was still recording? The tape ends here. It looks like this was all that was recorded. This feels like the setup for like a Japanese horror film, you know, like The Ring. Like, now that we've watched this, we're cursed and John's gonna come kill us. But I don't think that's where this case is going. No one else was on camera except for John. John's practice video data jotted down in my organizer. Okay. So, can we just examine this by itself? Pieces of film equipment have been placed here. Are you filming today?
No, we had to stop filming for today, since a box has disappeared.
A box? What is he talking about?
Yeah, there was some equipment in that box. I take my eyes off it for a few seconds and look what happens.
So there's a thief among us. Exactly what was stolen?
Nothing much, actually, just the box is missing.
I'll have to take a look at that in a sec. Why would someone steal a box? Personally, I would have taken the stuff inside. They probably wanted the box more than whatever was inside it. Did they plan to put something inside the box? There is this character named Miriam Scuttlebutt in the latest Ace Attorney game to be released, Spirit of Justice, who hides behind a box for most of the time that you talk to her. And it's just my headcanon now that Miriam took the box. Obviously, that's not going to actually be true. We're going to find out who took the box later. But for now, just imagining her doing it. And that's fine, because I can imagine whatever I want. Anyway, it's already past 12. I wonder how Miss Courtney and the others are holding up. How long will they be able to prolong the trial? Well, considering that the judge, the prosecutor, and the defense attorney are all in on prolonging this trial, I feel like she'll be able to do it for a while. I guess we'll see. We gotta hurry and find John. Indeed. Oh, heck nah. That ain't how it's done. Oh, yay. You ain't gonna catch a scoop like that. Sorry, Chief. What am I always telling you? We're beasts! Scoop-eating animals! It's scoop or starve! No story, no glory. You gotta get fired up. Yes, sir! As expected of my mentor. They're here. It's those noisy reporters. Hey, they came here too. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's go talk to them. Good grief. If we must. Did Miss Swift call you her mentor just now? She sure did. Nicole's my #1 pupil. She says she fell in love with the photos from my scoops. Even if our jobs are different, our passion for scoops is the same, let me tell ya. Ever since then, she's been all cute-like, calling me stuff like Master and Chief. Aw, they're in love. Or something. So she fell in love with Miss Hart's photos. I guess you could say, like teacher, like student. She's still got a ways to go in gathering information, but her passion's a match for mine. Seems like she was trying to catch the scoop about Mozilla's appearance. She's been circling around these parts all day long. Circling around this area? Maybe she witnessed the kidnapping. Mr. Edgeworth, looks like we'll need to hear what she has to say. Indeed, we need more information about John. Let's show Miss Swift that piece of evidence and ask her about him. But first, now that the black market auctions are over, what are you aiming for next? Ain't it obvious? The mighty Mozilla. I'm going after Mozilla. Man, she was a legitimate journalist for like 2 hours, and now she's back to Mozilla. Who'd have thunk that while I was staking out the black market auction at the Grand Tower, the mighty Mozilla's footprints would show up right next to the tower? Is there really a place that would publish a story like that? Don't treat me like a fool. I've got one or two valued clients lined up. Actually, there's a newspaper company here at the Grand Tower. Me and Nicole go there all the time. Well, we always get turned away at the door, but still. I wouldn't exactly call that a valued client. Alrighty, Nicole, what's been happening since you were almost, accused of murder?
If it ain't Mr. Edgeworth, so we meet again.
Miss Swift, why are you here? You were set up as the suspect for the murder. Still, your involvement with the fake assassination plan remains a fact. You will have to submit to police questioning later. You should know that there's still a possibility you may be charged with some crime.
For some reason, my questioning was stopped all of a sudden. After a while, they just let me out and told me I could go home scot-free. It must be some kind of message, saying I need to keep on doing my best out there, I reckon. Well, they did give me a pretty stern warning not to reveal anything about the case.
In the official statement released to the public about the assassination attempt, Miss Swift was not involved. That must have been the reason why they let her go.
But Mr. Edgeworth, attempting to silence Nicole like this is like trying to plug a leaky dam with your bare hands.
She was quick to say something so harsh.
I quickly put together the full details of everything I knew about the case. Sprinkled in some of my own dramatizations and brought the article into a publisher. But for some reason, I haven't gotten any replies yet.
Were they pressured to keep quiet, or were her dramatizations simply too much? Both are probable, so I'm not sure which is true. What information were you trying to collect here at the Grand Tower?
Mr. Edgeworth, you still don't get it, do you? If you want to ask a reporter a question, you gotta give her something first.
Do you mean information that can be used in an article?
Bingo! Give me some info that'll make for a good article. If you ain't got something like that, I guess we won't be talking.
I also need some information about John. Let's show her that piece of evidence and try asking her about him. Oh, whoops, that's organizer, not present. Maybe like, the practice video?
At that moment, the prosecutor presents his evidence. A faintly shining...
What did you just show me? Never mind. Looks like she doesn't know anything about it. She's probably too young to know what a VHS tape is.
Infiltrating a den of evil to cover a scoop, with complete disregard for her own life. My mentor's really the greatest. Don't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth?
She must be talking about Miss Hart, although I don't really want to comment. Personally, I would prefer if she didn't make so many rash decisions.
So in other words, she's good at making snap decisions. Is there anything else?
I'd also prefer it if she gathered information properly, instead of flattering people of status.
So in other words, she's able to get lots of info from important people. That's just what I would expect from my mentor.
I would also prefer it if you didn't take everything I say and turn it all around. Miss Swift, I'm sorry, but about this photo...
You ain't gotta say it. I know exactly what's going on.
What do you mean?
You're searching for him, ain't you? That boy.
Ooh, spicy. What?
Things are still pretty tough for you, I see. Miles Edgeworth, the man of crime. Wherever he goes, dead bodies are sure to follow. Or something like that.
That's a terrible reputation. That's a terrible reputation to have.
Who would have thought? This time there'd be a kidnapping incident. What? How'd you know that? Shh, shh. Could you keep it down a little? This material is top secret. I ain't even told my mentor about it yet. Y'all gotta keep it a secret for me. If she finds out, I'll be a goner.
Why do you know? Judge Courtney should have only told us.
I ain't telling that to anyone, not even you, Mr. Prosecutor.
It seems this reporter still hasn't learned her lesson.
You can give me the stink eye all you want. I still ain't telling. Do you know something about it? Truth is, I done saw it myself. A boy being taken away with by a couple of men in black. What? Where'd they go? That I don't know. They were too far away, so I lost sight of them. Darn it! But at least we know what the criminals looked like.
Yes, a pair of men in black. I guess I gotta let's do some logic.
Yeah.
We've now collected some testimony regarding the culprits. Miss Swift says she saw two men slip away with John. Furthermore, the taxi driver says he picked up two men in his taxi.
They must be the same guys.
It seems likely. However, there is still a problem. According to the taxi driver, the two men were alone. John wasn't with them.
Yeah, you're right. That is a problem.
I don't think it is. There we go. Come on. Fuck. I really thought it was going to be like, they must have arrived in one car and left in another. That's why John wasn't with them. But I guess not.
Oh. They put John in the box. Yes!
What if the kidnappers stole the box?
Ah, you mean they...
Exactly. They took it in order to carry John inside it.
John's a tiny kid after all. Then the reason the taxi driver didn't see John was because...
It's likely he was put in the trunk as the kidnappers' luggage.
But what did they need to go through all the trouble of hiding him? Or why did they need to go through all the trouble of hiding him?
At first, the kidnappers must have intended to abduct him without being seen. However, they didn't anticipate all the policemen in the plaza.
Ah, I see. If they tried to just walk away with him, they would have been spotted.
Just the mere presence of policemen would have been a sizable threat.
I get it. In that case, we've got to ask the taxi driver.
Did the two men you told us about earlier have any luggage with them? Yeah, I got to do this voice again.
Yeah, they stuffed a huge box into the trunk. Then that's that. Those guys must be the kidnappers.
Do you remember where you took those two men?
Sounds to me like something serious has gone down here. If you'd like, I could take you to the same place I took them. Let's do it, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, thank you for your help.
No problemo. Just leave it to me.
Oh, yeah. Getting back green stuff that I lost for making stupid decisions. Ooh. But where have we gone and what's going to happen next? We're going to have to find out next time on the next episode of Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth Prosecutor's Path episodes 1 through 5 beta. We find out what really is. Bye.